Title: The Disappearance of Melanie Carter. Narration: On a crisp autumn morning in November 2024, Melanie Carter, a 27-year-old art teacher from Maplewood, Massachusetts, vanished without a trace. Known for her vibrant personality and deep love for nature, Melanie had a routine she followed closely. Every Saturday, she explored the nearby Harrington Creek, a picturesque area known for its hiking trails and serene views. It was a place where she often found inspiration for her artwork. On November 6th, Melanie set out early, armed with her sketchbook and a thermos of coffee. Her friends later reported that she was excited about the day, mentioning a new sketch she wanted to create near the creek. The sun had just begun to rise, casting golden rays through the trees and sending a message of warmth as she departed. She promised to return by noon. As the hours passed without a word from Melanie, her friends grew concerned. By 3 p.m., they decided to alert local authorities. The search began swiftly. Search and rescue teams scoured the area for days, retracing Melanie's last known steps, but no sign of her was found. Her phone, wallet, and belongings remained untouched at her home, a stark reminder that something was terribly wrong. Investigators combed through her social media, searching for clues about her state of mind before her disappearance. One particular social media post caught their attention. Just days before her vanishing, Melanie shared a picture of a mysterious clearing in the woods. The caption read, "Sometimes you have to lose yourself to find yourself." This cryptic message raised questions. Did she intend to disappear? Was she overwhelmed by something in her life? Investigators interviewed friends and family, hoping to uncover any red flags. They searched for signs of emotional distress, looking for anything that might reveal a motive for her sudden disappearance. As the investigation unfolded, additional layers of complexity emerged. A disturbing theory took shape regarding a man known to frequent the trails around Harrington Creek. Descriptions of this man painted a picture of someone reclusive, often watching hikers from a distance. Witnesses reported seeing him on the day of Melanie's disappearance, but when questioned, he claimed he had not seen her that day, pointing to a seemingly suspicious alibi. Days turned into weeks. The case began to grow cold. Melanie's family, fueled by desperation, launched their own search efforts. They distributed flyers throughout Maplewood and organized community hikes, hoping that someone might have seen her. The town rallied behind the family, yet despite their efforts, the trail seemed to vanish as quickly as Melanie had. As the months went by, whispers of a possible connection between Melanie's disappearance and other unsolved cases in the area began to surface. Some theorized she might have stumbled upon something she shouldn't have while hiking. Others suggested she might have planned her disappearance due to personal struggles, perhaps battling through emotional turmoil that her friends and family were unaware of. The investigation was hindered by the lack of leads, disheartening all those involved. The case of Melanie Carter was quickly becoming one of the many unsolved mysteries that haunted the residents of Maplewood. As the search for Melanie dragged on, the media picked up on the story, giving it a broader audience. Local news outlets featured her case in hopes of drawing attention and assistance from anyone who might have information. Overwhelmed by the sudden scrutiny, Melanie's family found themselves under a spotlight. They made multiple public appeals, urging anyone with knowledge of her last whereabouts to come forward. But despite their heartfelt pleas, the responses were few and far between. Months turned into a year, and still no answers emerged. Friends held vigils in Melanie's memory, lighting candles and sharing stories about her laughter and creative spirit. They gathered in small groups, hoping that somehow a new piece of information might surface. With each passing day, hope waned, as did the light that had always shone around Melanie. The vibrant art teacher, who once filled the lives of those around her with joy, had seemingly vanished from existence. The investigation found itself at a standstill. Each lead seemed to go nowhere. As investigators continued to dig deeper, they began to focus on Melanie's personal life. Friends and family were interviewed multiple times, trying to unearth any hidden conflict or issue she might have been facing. They examined her relationships, looking for any signs of hidden tension or trouble. They explored the possibility that she could have been involved with someone dangerous or even encountering issues with mental health. Then, a few months later, another twist emerged. Investigators received an anonymous tip. The caller claimed to have seen a woman resembling Melanie near a remote section of the creek shortly after she disappeared. The sighting was vague, and the description was not entirely clear. Nevertheless, investigators followed this new lead, sending teams to search the area. Hours turned into days as they combed through the rugged terrain, hoping for answers. But once again, nothing was found. As the investigations continued, local residents started sharing their theories on social media. Some speculated that Melanie had tried to start anew, seeking solace in the vastness of the forest. They suggested she may have encountered a tragic accident, perhaps an unfortunate fall or injury while hiking. Others remained convinced that foul play was involved, pointing to the man who had been spotted near the trails. This man became a focal point for many amateur sleuths buzzing about in online forums, each contributing a theory, each wanting to play the role of the detective. Yet despite the growing chatter, police had little to go on. 2 years later, Melanie Carter's case was still classified as a missing person case, shrouded in ambiguity. Investigators had exhausted many options. They considered the possibility that she might have entered a new life, but the thought never sat well with her family. They refused to believe that Melanie would abandon them without a word. They held on to the belief that she needed help, that she could still be alive out there. Yet the truth remained elusive. The community of Maplewood mourned Melanie's absence. Her friends and family continued to honor her memory, sharing her art and stories with the world. They established scholarships and art programs in her name, ensuring that her spirit would live on in the very community that had embraced her. But no amount of outreach could fill the void left by her disappearance. Vigil after vigil passed, and the seasons changed without her. Was there foul play involved in her disappearance, or did Melanie choose to vanish? Some say she found a new life, while others cling to the possibility that she needs help. As each year slipped by, Melanie's case faded into the background, a mystery intertwined with the fabric of Maplewood's history. The stories continued to be shared, yet the questions remained. As of today, Melanie Carter is still missing. Investigations continue, but the truth remains hidden in the shadows of Harrington Creek. What happened to her that day? Did she find what she was looking for, or did she fall prey to something darker? Her case stands as a haunting reminder of the uncertainties of life and the fragility of our existence. Every person who knew her hopes for closure, but with each passing moment, the mystery of Melanie Carter deepens, challenging our understanding of her fate. In a world full of unanswered questions, her disappearance remains a haunting story yet to be resolved.